Hey guys, I'm Christine, teaming up with DKNY to empower women across Southern California and beyond. Well, today I am doing an in-home hard talk version of my videos because if you've seen my previous videos recently, doctor's orders, I can't stress out too much because I have an eye twitch that just is not going away even after weeks. And today is my anniversary. 4 years of marriage to a wonderful guy, and especially as a domestic violence survivor, it has been the sweetest 4 years of my life. And in this video, I just want to share maybe 4 things, one for each ear, about what I learned about love. Obviously, when I was in an abusive relationship, the idea of love kind of warped and it became something kind of negative because my abuser took my love and twisted it in a way that was very harmful to me. And so during my time with Maddie, my husband, here are 4 things I learned. Number 1, the first thing about love that I learned is that it's gentle. My abusive relationship was very volatile and it often involved anger coming from my partner. And Maddie, if you know him personally, you will know that he is one of the most like the calmest person. And no matter what I do to even try to create drama, sometimes during certain parts of the month I can be extra dramatic, and he is totally just calm and loves me in all of my states like equally, even when I get a little crazy sometimes. So I learned that there's this really, really positive aspect of love, that is gentle. Another one that I learned really early on is that love is selfless. I felt like looking back on my abusive relationship, there was a lot of selfishness involved in terms of the way my ex-partner handled situations. It was like a lot of the things he did was like fulfilling himself, and making him money or getting him girls or whatever. It just was very self-serving. Whereas over the past 4 years, I've learned that everything that Maddie has done, like big decisions made to like little things, he's doing it with me in mind first, before himself. Even when he's planning his days off of work, there are certain holidays that he treasures, but even before that, he wants to prioritize a time that we're off together, that we can do something. If he thinks of collecting points and redeeming it for something, it's always something that I would enjoy. He has a servant's heart, and it is truly amazing to see a guy who is not all about himself, but wants to treasure you and lift you up. So I learned that love can truly be selfless. Another thing I learned about love is that there are compromises to be made. When I decided to get married to Maddie, one of the things that I feared a little bit was loss of my independence and my ability to just pick up and leave whenever I want, because I love traveling, and especially for work, all I've ever known was signing a contract and going somewhere I didn't know at all for 2-3 years at a time, building my own community from scratch. And I liked that challenge of going somewhere different. And I knew when I got married, our home base was going to be here in LA. It's not the worst place to be, but I wasn't sure how I would handle being stuck. That's how I felt, being stuck in one place. So I made a compromise because I realized in this chapter of my life, chasing career opportunities wasn't quite as motivating to me as was the idea of being married and possibly starting a family and growing together in that personal way. You know, like I've always focused so much on professional things, and so it was a way for me to focus on personal things. And on the other hand, Maddie has compromised a lot to be with me. You know, even from time, he has very little time off, and he prefers to spend it with me and what I want to do versus hanging out with his friends. Sometimes I literally have to shove him at the house to hang out with his dad or his guy friends, because his way of compromising is the free time he had for himself, especially to be isolated. He loves being alone. He's a bit of a hermit, introvert, but he's choosing to just kind of let a lot of that go, to spend quality time with me, because he knows that's important. So I learned that love comes with compromises. And finally, what is the last thing I want to share about what I learned about love as we are coming around on our 4-year anniversary? Love is friendship. You know, when I was dating, I cared too much about the short-term stuff. You know, someone's really good looking, or like you just have this, like, you know, like in the cartoons, they have the heart eyes. It's like, oh God, like it's like they get so like enamored, and like love's not like that for me right now. It's more like a deep, deep friendship built on trust, built on loyalty. And I like that. It's like a friend, a best friend, who is on your side no matter what. And you know that that friendship is not going to break. You know, it's someone that encompasses so many different like aspects of all the relationships I've had before. You know, he's like family in some ways. He's very like motherly and fatherly. Takes care of me in that way, you know. In other ways, he's like my gossip buddy, where I could just come home after a hard day and just unleash, and no judgment, you know, even though I say some really stupid and ignorant things sometimes just out of pure anger or whatever. I'm unfiltered, and he's okay with that. I don't have to like watch myself all the time around him. And he gives great advice, because he's like an old soul. He's wise. So yeah, I learned that love, you know, can be this like a deep, deep friendship that transcends all other friendships. And it's one of those very rare relationships that you only get maybe once in a lifetime. So those are the things I learned about love. 4 years, 4 things. I hope this helps you, especially if you are a fellow survivor of domestic violence and haven't met your Prince Charming yet. He's not the Prince Charming that I've always dreamed of. I'm not Cinderella either, though, you know? And so finding a safe and happy relationship after such an abusive and negative one, it's something I really, really cherish. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye.